And my response is that at first there was nothing, and then all of a sudden there was, but it was really small and really dense and really heavy, and then it got bigger, and then fast forward and we're here.
You know what? I'm gonna be really honest. When you first said, we're gonna make poetry movies, I was like, we're gonna make poetry movies? And I wasn't really sure, but I love you, so I wanted to believe, and some of the stuff has just blown my freaking mind.
Tonight, I will wine and dine divine inspiration.
What was your favorite film this year?
Okay.
So
Okay. No. Oh my God. It. As Tony said, the bar was just. Oh my God! It was raised to a new level. Oh, gorgeous. Though there were a lot of films to just pour myself over. Just really, really good. The one that affected me the most, partly because it was beautiful music and cinematography, and just the poem itself was drunk. I mean, when I was watching that, I was just jamming in the crowd, it had that effect.
I will start with tremendous illumination. Your presence is undeniable, a revealed miracle spreading across every inch of my skin. I am altered. I am over the top. I am inebriated on lack of limitation. I have set myself free of my own volition.
The whole process for me was like a big healing. It was really, really beautiful, and to collaborate with the artists I collaborated with my director Raha Mahajan, and the man who did the music for me, Joshua Jaswan Newborn. Jaswan's his music name. And we had just collaborated on an album, and the amount of love and care he put into it is beyond, and so to then be able to take that and then collaborate with a filmmaker who I respect and admire so much, it was like really healing for me.
I am high on your divine floodlight. I am gracious Devekut, cleaved to receive.
It was great to know that, like, through helping you curate this event, like, create the container for this event in my small way, that I was helping forward, the Worcester art scene.
Dancing every night with you alone.
Perfecting our every step, no distractions.
No battles, no chase.
I was living in Tennessee when I heard about the first Rabbit Heart Festival going by in Worcester, and I was really bummed that I missed it, but I vowed that I was going to be here this year, and so to be able to judge is just the bee's knees. Like, it was just the best possible thing.
And we go on like this, knowing the consequences if we connect.
It is one step and a barrel away from death.
I will never understand why you protect him.
I actually came to the Rabbit Heart Film Festival first as part of your proof of concept, Sue, and what encouraged me to do that was a talk by Ava DuVernay, who of course everyone has now heard of, and the whole talk was about just taking risks and presenting yourself as someone who is doing something, not just somebody who kind of wants to collaborate or hey, maybe if you want to talk to me, but just sort of taking that step and being proactive and courageous in that. And I think the short film really was a great outlet for that desire that sort of was there, intrinsic, but it was like a way to take a risk that didn't feel quite like jumping off a cliff.
Rider to throw, no audience to thrill.
No makeup, no costume, no protective gear.
Just sad eyes and horns, sweat and muscle, weather and wear.
No hiding.
No hiding.
Can I ask you all what it's like on the other side of the curtain?
All I can think about right now is how much I liked her film when I was judging.
This is not about doing the right thing. It's about facing the facts. Consider the pizza.
So I did judging first and competing second, and I missed judging this year. It made me extra excited for the festival because I knew that I had missed out on seeing a bunch of really cool stuff. But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of work both sides, but different.
Why am I fighting this? Hasn't pizza been there for me every time I needed it, through breakups, midterms, finals?
I think it was really amazing to see all of the work that gets put in, and just to be like, I really like all these films, but they couldn't all win, and to have the privilege of seeing them. So yeah, very similar to you. It's like knowing as before being a filmmaker and seeing what goes into it, and being like, okay, this must have taken, like, this shot must have taken so much editing. So I just appreciated that a lot.
Pizza. If there isn't a stomach to put you in, do you still exist? Pizza, my darling, there are people out there trying to drag the mud through your name.
There's something about having a length on it, the shortening, like that it's short, that there's a time limit, that really inspires and forces people to think about the way that they're going to make their art and they're going to display it. And in that case, like, the images really transcend the words. Because we had a lot of international submissions this year, and I think sometimes, we didn't know every language that was being spoken, and that was fine because the images transcended the words. So I think the length really helps that.
When you decided your cat was God, you felt real joy for the first time. And it was so easy.
Well, I wrote the poem years ago, and the Rabbit Heart Film Festival was coming up, and I'm like, do I know any weird genius who can make a movie out of this? And I'm like, Joe Cronin.
When you learned Lisa liked roller coasters as much as you knew she'd be the love of your life. When she kissed you, you knew everything was going to work out perfectly. When it didn't, you wished it had never happened, mostly because you can't go back in time anyway.
Yes. And then he's like, sure, I'll do it, I don't care. And he's like, I have a set, I have actors, I have a cat.
Well,
Let's
we
make it
saw
happen.
too. Well, we before that, we sat there. I remember we went to the burger place. We were just like, all right, here's my idea. What do you think? And then we expanded upon it. We just kind of like drove together, and then we're like, all right. And then John, actually, our friend Swartzy, he kind of brought it in too. Because he was a great help. And
he was the star of the film and really embodied the character.
Yeah. Well, it was great too because I thought I was going to have to take some different pictures of the cat, and different things for it. Nope, he had those already.
Since then, your cat has stopped answering to God, preferring the more familiar Jehovah. In response, you feign agnosticism until she relents and accepts Lord.
I wanted to illustrate a very specific moment in women's lives. Those frustration moments full of chaos, can't leave the dishes, can't extract yourself, can't. What is it you need? What do you need to do to make that move?
Words like signposts, lighthouses, with them some people know where they are and go on.
So I just asked everybody, I invited them, I sent them Ingrid's poem, The Simple Truth, and Louise Erdrich's poem, Advice to Myself, and I wanted to see what they would do.
When someone just reads their poem and all you have is the words, you kind of, I don't know if everybody does this, but you kind of end up imagining a little film in your head. And I think for a poet to be able to take whatever the film is in their head and show that to the audience, I think just kind of brings it to another level of now you can use fewer words and still tell that same story and know that everyone is getting exactly the story that you've got in your head because you have it visually.
The award for the best overall production in this year's Rabbit Heart Poetry Film Festival goes to Millionaire by Mab Jones, Lauren Orme, and Jordan Brooks.
I love you because you choose Millionaire's shortbread from the cafe counter, and we both know that you will never be a millionaire.
Hi, I'm Lauren Orme again. And I'm Mab. We wanted to say thank you so much for choosing Millionaire for the Grand Jury Prize. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, it's really amazing. It's the first Grand Jury Prize I've ever won. How about you, Lauren?
Yeah, same.
I love you because you wear a onesie, which to me looks like a giant baby grow, and you are 6'4" but do not care at all.
And we really wish we could be there in the US to accept the really cute rabbit-shaped trophies that you've lovingly made. Thank you so very much. It's so exciting, and I'm absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, me too. Thanks.
I love you because you read poetry every day and pencil tiny hearts next to poem titles as if they are girls.
It was fabulous.
It was fabulous.
But yeah, no, Rabbit Heart Poetry Film Festival. Submit some videos. If not, come down to Worcester and experience it for yourself.